Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Deadly Premonition 2. We got a load of intro to this chapter. Let's go outside and explore. Oh boy.
How's your mama? So, you're that hotshot FBI agent I keep hearing about.
And who might you be?
I came to claim the body of my daughter. My daughter, who was murdered in a holding cell after you detained her yesterday.
He's not wrong. Philip J. Clarkson with a C.
Zach, I wasn't expecting to run into the final boss this early.
Huh.
You must be the head of the Clarkson family, P.J. Clarkson. And you've come to claim the body of Galena Clarkson, whose dismembered corpse was found early this morning.
Okay, dude.
Is that correct? Where did you learn that Galena had been murdered? Zach and I just learned of the news ourselves.
This is Luke Corey. And I am P.J. Clarkson. There ain't a single thing I don't know about this town.
I see. So then you must also know about the Severed Roots ritual. I have a question for you, Philip. We suspect that Galena was murdered by someone from the Clarkson family. Have you given that possibility any consideration?
Bold.
Listen up, you FBI piece of shit. You better watch your manners around my pa.
Shut
Well.
up, Daniel.
But, sir. My bad, sir.
I'll have you know I once had 3 children. But I must not have raised them very well, because my son and my eldest daughter both ran away and never came back to me. The only one who stayed by my side was my second daughter, Galena. Then she done married Daniel here into the family and presented me with both an heir and a granddaughter. Seemed for a while as if things were finally starting to calm down. But then, someone corrupted both Galena and Lise. And I lost everything. Well, aside from my shit-heel son-in-law, that is. You understand me, FBI?
Galena's death is nothing but a loss for the Clarkson family.
That doesn't mean the Clarksons are automatically innocent, though. Humans don't always act out of self-interest, do they?
That mouth. You're starting to sound more and more like your mother. We're leaving, Daniel.
What? But my treasure...
Now, whether you end up being an angel or a demon, I reckon you're the man I've been waiting for all this time. Once you finish that autopsy, and we're clear to take her home, I want you to give me a call.
They're phenomenal, Patty. So perfectly rural. Ominous statements, foul-mouthed insults. This town possesses a complicated system of communication that you just can't find in the city. Work-centric emails are so cold and lifeless. This is what true human connections feel like. Connections as visceral as blood itself.
So, Agent York, what's next on your agenda?
The last boss may have gotten the jump on us, Patty, but I didn't let him shake my resolve. I intend to obey the skeletal gentleman's oracles, and that's that. First, we should head to either the home of the person who discovered Lisa's body or to the town's medical facility. Well, Zach, what do you think?
PJ Clarkson is intimidating. Also, I noticed this in the cutscene past Mr. Clarkson's face. I think there is something about finding fleur-de-lis throughout the game. I don't know how I do anything about it, and I don't know that I plan to actively pursue it, but oh well. Special sale for sunburned customers only once again, and I can ring the little bell. Come in, we're open. That's right, it's her car.
So, Mr. York, what do you think of my castle? Pretty cool, ain't it?
Kinda is.
I've been curious about it since the first time I saw it. You've got excellent taste, Melvin.
I dub it Lou Crawfish. I'll have you know, crawfish is pretty much its own food group in this town. Since this store carries all the bare necessities you'll need for daily life, I reckon it was an apt name. If it's sundries you're looking for, there ain't much you won't find here.
Huh, what can I buy? Or is this just at the hotel? Yeah, bullets, first aid, a large first aid kit, coffee, drinks, root beer, cigarettes of all three kinds. Maybe I should take a couple of the heavies. Lollipop, butter cookie, loaded with butter, loved by all ages, fills your stomach a tiny bit. Chocolate chip cookie, packed with chips, crunchy on the outside, soft within, fills your stomach a tiny bit. Donut, a finely made donut, it'll fill you up well. Hot dog, a mouth-watering hot dog, it'll fill you to the brim. Suntan lotion, a must-have for those who want the perfect tan, makes it easier to tan for a while. Mint gum we've seen, perfume, an appealing fragrance that can alleviate your BO by a great amount. Sleeping bag, you could use it to camp outside. Good for passing the time if I don't want to go all the way to the hotel. Sleeping bag, made with expensive material so it will not break easily. Adhesive cleaner, duster, picks up even the tiniest fragments of lint. It can clean you up a great deal. Anti-numb, antidote, anti-alky, cold be gone. I think we're good.
You ever need anything? You just come on by, Mr. York.
You're not only the sheriff of this town, you also manage a general store.
Sure, as long as you ring this bell here.
That's terribly convenient, Melvin. But I have one concern. What if a crime occurs while you're managing the store? Running a business and keeping the peace, both jobs require immediate response in times of crisis. I just can't see how it would be possible.
It's actually pretty easy, Mr. York.
But what if a criminal who just robbed a bank came here on his way home and bought up all your stock?
Oh, I like the sound of that. You want to make me rich? Hey, how about you just buy up the whole store while you're at it? I'll never let money stand in my way. It's not the boss of me, for I am the last shopaholic. Ooh, I'm funny.
Melvin, that was a serious question.
Really? Could have fooled me. Not even the Clarksons would do something that crazy. No point in preparing for something that'll never happen, right?
Oh, I hope it somehow comes up.
After all, this is Lucare, the tiny forgotten town in the middle of southern nowhere.
Get it, Zach? It's Occam's razor to a T. Melvin, I have to say you're a very balanced man. Now I feel confident that the Woods household will do just fine, even if you end up losing your job as town sheriff.
You sure are a joker, Mr. York.
Alright. Anyway, where to go? I believe we said we have two places. Pay a visit to Chuck, head to the Lucaria Evangelical Church, and I could stop by Alexis's place as well, just to turn in the ingredient that I did find. So there's M23 and M27. 27 is considerably closer. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Destination has been added. I'm gonna have to aim a little more carefully at my intended destination. I just don't want to run through walls or hit fences or anything like that.
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast country. Incredibly vast. And it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland, with small towns scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and LA are all microscopic. Sometimes they even feel like figments of my imagination. Think back to what Las Vegas looked like when we were driving up I-15. It was a mirage. But TV and movies dress up those mirages and broadcast them to people all around the world. Meanwhile, American women become fascinated by the gorgeous city lights and are drawn toward those illusions. The very same women who were chosen as prom queens in their small towns. In the end, all they find are ghosts. Once their eyes adjust to that blinding light, they realize there's nothing but vanity and lust surrounding them. They finally figure out that it was all in their heads. Then they quickly try to satisfy themselves with something else. Drugs. And drugs are the gateway to a whole pantheon of crime. Zach, remember what you told me once? The women who turn to crime aren't the evil ones. The drugs aren't evil either. They're nothing but chemicals. The ones who feed off those women and use them. They're the ones to hate. Let's go, Zach.
Well, we need to find the one who's behind Galena. Lucaria Evangelical Church. I got a little too close.
Hey, Agent York. Just so you know, dealing with Pastor Sanders is gonna be a big pain in the butt.
A big pain in the butt?
That's what I said. But I guess you have no choice but to obey your oracle, huh?
Alright. Well, that's nice and easy. In we go.
I don't like hospitals.
Why not?
They soup folks up with medicine, cut 'em up, and then they try and act like they're your friends. Something ain't right about that, you know. It goes against the laws of nature. Plus, this is a church. So you got a pastor, a servant of God, actually playing God with his patients.
I think you have a point there, Patty. These days, we can neither determine death nor reproduce without the help of modern medicine. Yeah, our world's become quite an unnatural one. Oh, excuse me.
This is Lucare. You need to watch where you're going, or someone might end up tripping you.
Professor R?
Zach, it's her. The stylish woman who watched Lise die.
I've been waiting for you, lost lamb.
Dr. Tyrone Sanders. How about that?
Hi there, Pastor. Would you mind letting go of me? I'm in a bit of a hurry right now.
So pitiful. The Lord hungers.
Here we go again.
What?
Pitiful. Truly pitiful, my little lamb.
No, neither Zach nor I...
Oh, so pitiful. So pitiful, just pitiful. The Lord hungers. 1 can of Spam, 1 can of red beans, and 1 can of spinach. You are to offer up the taboo trinity.
Taboo? Don't you mean the holy...
Oh, how I pity you. Unlike us humans, the Lord never errs. Now, my pitiful agent, bring forth the taboo trinity at once. For it is the will of the Lord our God
See? I told you this was gonna be a pain in the butt.
But Zack and I need to go after that stylish woman.
Too late now. We need to obey God's will.
The Lord hungers!
Come on, hurry it up. We need to go.
Popped in to say that
Zack,
one more
I don't know
time.
what to say? First an oracle, and now an order from God? Maybe this is the trial that will yield the ticket to the goddess. Either way, it looks like we have no choice but to gather the taboo trinity. I guess it just goes to show that small towns are always filled with the bizarre and unpredictable.
Is this the first character that's ever made York just back up and straight up say, what? He normally doesn't react to anything. Go to Melvin's, go to Alexis's, go to Azuli Frida. Alright. Alright. Pleasant sounding place at the very least. Guess I'm leaving. Bunch of places to go. I am interested in 28, 29, and 30. One thing is going to be very frustrating that I know in advance. I'll deal with that later. I'll save the talking for another trip. I think I'm a little too close for the conversation to be worth it if it goes on for a while. Too bad, I wanted to see if I could go around that. They're not gonna let me go above that? Alright, we're good. I could just run. Checkpoint, so that's nice. Have I already got this one? I guess I have. Oh, that's right. This is Azuli Frida. Sure.
Do you carry any canned goods here?
Canned goods? The vermin of the grocery store? Nay, I think not.
Understood, Mirror. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Bye.
Wait. Yes, I can see it. I can see the canned good thou seeketh.
How intriguing. Well then, where is the canned good I seek?
In a place where no man could ever peddle it.
I see. In a place where it can't be bought from a person. Got it, Mirror.
'Twas but a trifle. For the Lord hungers, doth he not?
Oh, he's good.
Zack, it's in a vending machine. It appears that God wants us to go on a wild goose chase all around town.
Somewhere in town. That could be tricky. Fortunately, the quest marker probably tells me where. Also, am I able to go into first-person mode by any chance? Not really, but that no smoking sign behind him.
Thou, be at ease.
Doesn't that... It's hard to see. Doesn't it look like it says no smorking? You can maybe go back to our conversation where it was closer, a close-up of his face. You could kind of see it.
Thou, verily.
Can I create any charms? I can, actually. Boost gun range. Boost gun power. Boost firing speed. I can't do that one. I can't do power either. I could do range. Yeah, I haven't gone hunting, so range is the only thing I could possibly make.
Thou hast dis-
Oh well. Anyway, we succeeded but also failed. Alright, we're back outside. What was that new quest? Was that... I didn't read the number. It is 31. Wow, they're not gonna tell me, are they? Alright, you know what? Not a problem. $250. It's cheaper than I thought. Look at that loading. It's great. That loading time wasn't bad. Anyway, welcome to the cold storage warehouse. Where's my compass? East, north. Let's go a little bit this way. Let's hope I'm looking in the right place. Also, it looks like this game plays by Dark Souls 1 rules, where if you run completely out of stamina, then you can't do anything until the stamina bar is fully recovered. So I would be better off jogging until my stamina meter is almost out, but not quite. Medium quality bead. So, vending machines? Also, what's that item? There's an X on my map. What is this? Oh, thanks, I guess? Low quality cloth, yeah, great, but I was looking for vending machines. That's where I am, but I probably want to be maybe here-ish. I could always put a waypoint back on the hotel if I need to. I hope I'm making the right decision here. I feel like I'm going too far, but we'll find out. So, are you the one? Canned spinach. This is the location, which is freaking absurd. Got it.
Zach, we finally found our can of spinach. Look, Zach, even this vending machine is managed by Clarkson Food Delivery Services. But who in their right mind would sell canned goods in a vending machine in the middle of nowhere? I only hope that it's not expired.
Got it. As for the rest, well, the rest is going to be a freaking problem. In fact, let's go put the hotel back on our marker right now. What was it called? Casa Pineapple. Well, Casa Pineapple. Where am I? I'm not too far. Where was the sheriff's office? There's Melvin's house. Whatever, the rest of the points should be on my map. My problem... Well, you know what? I'll tell you when I get there. Otherwise, Melvin's Crawfish, which by the way you'll notice was not offered the first time. You can't cheat and get this stuff early. M28. Let's travel. There we go.
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges are truly a rarity. Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota. Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to collect his victims' tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day as they slowly decomposed.
Jesus.
As I drove into the station after his arrest, he started lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway, back to Duluth. They have a famous lift bridge there called the
Anyway.
Lift Bridge. The lift bridge here is the first one we've seen since then, but this one looks a lot smaller than the aerial lift bridge. Its smaller size was most likely chosen due to the width of the river and the sea level of this area. The height...
Well, apologies, but we found Melvin.
Okay, hold on.
Spam. All the ingredients for a common sausage stuffed into a can instead of an intestine.
Mr. York. Spam, huh? You a potted meat kind of guy?
No, Melvin. I've simply gotten myself tangled up in a little mess.
Oh, I get it, Mr. York. The Lord hungers, right?
You know what I really enjoy? I thought it was just the pastor, but both Mirror and Melvin did it. Whenever someone says, "The Lord hungers," you hear a little echo.
Yes, apparently the Lord is starving, and I'm a lamb with no sense of direction.
I mean, he's right. I have no sense of direction. Now the third ingredient is going to be a pain, because I can buy it at Alexis's place, but apparently only on Mondays. And today is Wednesday. I can maybe idle a little time by trying a different goal, but I think I'm going to pay out the nose for hotel fees by just waiting for 5 days. So let's pay a visit to Chuck, the man who first discovered Lisa's body. M23, which is quite far away. Can I beam over there? I don't know. It'd be nice if my goal appeared on the map. Let's see, I am currently facing a bit southwest. However far this is, I can't go out there. I think I'm just going to have to travel. The best I can do is teleport to the voodoo shop, and that's not far enough to warrant a fast travel. So I guess we're making it the long way. Once again, fortunately, we do travel remarkably quickly on the skateboard.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that sort of thing. They were all going normal speeds. I'll bet that scene reminded you of a certain film, or perhaps a certain person. Violent City, 1970, directed by Sergio Solima. I only ever saw it on TV when I was a kid, so I don't remember it very well. But I definitely remember that it featured a bridge, a long bridge. During the New Orleans part, that's the one thing I remember. That bridge must have been the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. And the film starred Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. What an amazing sound. You couldn't possibly find another man whose name matches his appearance so perfectly. Yes, of course I know that Charles Bronson isn't his real name. Charles Dennis Buczynski. That's his real name, but he's Bronson. Period. Zach, what's your favorite Bronson film? Death Wish? The Magnificent Seven? Rider on the Rain? Or Farewell Friend? They're all masterpieces, but to me, his greatest work lies elsewhere. That's it, Zach. No wonder we get along so well. I don't care what anyone else says. His greatest film by far is 10 to Midnight, 1983, directed by J. Lee Thompson. There's no realism to be found in this movie, but that's what makes it so great. One might even call it a fantasy masterpiece. It was certainly filled with unprecedented fantasy compared to other police thrillers, that's for sure. You know, Zach, I'm suddenly getting the urge to watch it again. Let's hurry up and solve this case so that we can go rent the DVD.
Oh boy. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. I might need the vault. Swamp Tours, business hours, Monday to Thursday, 1 to 8, Friday to Saturday, 1 to 5, closed Sundays. Can I go around the fence? I think I can. It looks like I'm going to have to vault over this.
Okay, Zach. It's time to put our skills to the test.
Oh no. The ultimate anticlimax.
Well, Zach, it seems as if we've reached an impasse. I'm afraid we won't be able to proceed any further like this.
Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle? Is everything alright?
Hello, Melvin. Sadly, my darling just gave out on me.
Your darling? You mean...
Yes, that's right. My beloved skateboard. I know the chances are slim, but do you happen to know of any establishments in town that can repair skateboards? Please, I hope this doesn't offend you. Neither Zach nor I would ever dare to assume that a remote country town like this would have a skateboard shop in it. But perhaps you have at least one eccentric who likes to tinker with them in their spare time.
I know just the person. Double bass player by night, trick master by day. God blessed her with 2 talents, and her name is Emma Sanders.
Emma?
That's right. She's Pastor Sanders' adopted daughter, and was also Lise Clarkson's best friend. Emma really knows her stuff. She's got tools and a mountain of parts. I'm sure she'll be able to help.
I owe you one, Melvin. Zach, I never thought we'd find our very own skateboard mentor out here in the sticks. Let's head straight to Emma. What is it, Zach? Why didn't I just ask the sheriff to tow away the old cars? But isn't it obvious? I want to overcome this obstacle using my own strength.
It's so dumb.
In fact, I want to soar over it.
Yeah, we could do some sweet tricks and everything, but, like, we have a job. Also, I like that it already says, Emma, your skateboard mentor. We just know. Am I allowed to? No, I cannot skate. What's with the X? Just a thing I could examine. Okay. I was looking at my map. This has the potential to be frustrating because everything's 1,000, I assume, meters away. But if I could find a fast travel location... Ugh. Even Clarkson's is kind of far away, but if that's what I have to do... And here we are. Now I know that Sanders was right near Mrs. Carpenter's place. Oh, there it is. The bridge is the best I can do. And suddenly I'm not too far. Now, are we doing M24 or 25? We're doing 24. Again, I have to jog. Too bad, but I believe there was a red balloon in that vicinity. I see the bowling pins, so the fast travel shouldn't be far. Wasn't there a balloon right around here? Actually, that might be it just ahead of me, before the house. Bingo. Emma's Skateboard Workshop foyer, and I even got a little cash. There it is.
Hey, Agent York. I feel like someone's in there. Let's go and see.
Huh? What do y'all want? I'm kind of busy here.
Emma Sanders. E.
Hi there. Are you Emma?
Yeah, who are you?
Francis York Morgan. I'm an FBI special agent. Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? So, what does the FBI want with little old me? I already told the police everything I know about Lise.
Emma, I haven't come here to talk to you about Lise. Although I suppose it's sort of connected in a way. My darling is broken, and I need you to fix her.
You call your board your darling? I never heard that one before. All right, let me see it. I'll try and assess the damage. I replaced all your trucks, wheels, and gave you some brand new deck tape. Also, you were missing a tail guard, so I put one on for you. That way you should be able to do a few tricks here and there without any risk of damage. Well, what do you think?
It's beautiful, Emma.
The wheels were scraped down and the base plate screws were all about to fall out. Oh, and the axles were also warped. It was pretty much in critical condition. Now, what I want to know is, how did it get that way?
Well, my car was stolen on my way here from Houston. So, I switched over to my darling and rode her here instead.
You know, you're crazier than you look.
Emma, would you mind answering another crazy question for me? I want to use this board to soar, literally. Would you mind teaching me a trick that would allow me to do so?
You mean you want to do a wally? Ooh, well, I'd be happy to teach you how, but it's too cramped in here. Oh, I know where we should go. You want to learn too? You sure? Seems like you're interested. Whatever. I know you're just gonna come along anyway. So you should at least learn the basics.
Hooray! Complete the skateboard course.
Okay, Agent York. Now we should have enough room to practice.
At the abandoned factory.
I'll show you how it's done first, then you just practice till you learn how to do it, okay?
You learned how to do a wally. A wally is an important trick that lets you use kicker ramps to jump over tall obstacles. Press L at the right timing and soar. You can access skateboard courses from any of the special graffiti marks. Simply collect all the flags before the time runs out to win. Collect every flag quickly. What? It should be collecting. It says collect every flag will boost your score, as will performing tricks. Try to perform tricks at the right timing to show off in style. Be sure to track down all the graffiti and finish all the courses. Oh boy. Sure. Okay, press L at the right time, you say? I don't care. I'm just going for the flags. Okay. Also, that just gets me money. Interesting. I don't think it's going to take me over 5 minutes to get this, so that shouldn't be that much of a problem. I do appreciate that I could just get money for this. You really have to aim more carefully at the flags, but the coins just are acquired. Just by looking at them funny, you pick them up. Whee! Probably not the best ranking, but I got all the things. 2,700 points, sure. Alright, alright. First aid kit small, and sunscreen. And go up higher, there's a sparrow feather, a cup of coffee. Sure. I got cola. I missed what that was, my apologies. Alright. Not a stellar performance, but it didn't have to be. You learned the new skateboard trick, Wally. Yay! Now I can do the thing! I can do the thing! Do a Wally to get beyond the abandoned train, then talk to Chuck. Back to the original mission.
That was perfect!
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. I only learned that new trick thanks to your guidance. Now I'm sure that Zach and I will be able to reach our destination without any trouble at all. Thank you for assisting in the investigation.
Glad to be of service. If your board breaks again, or you feel like customizing it a bit more, just stop on by my workshop. I'm pretty much always there during the day. I'm also taking some time off school because of what happened with Lise. Skating and playing music are the only things that help me escape the pain of losing her.
Zach, did you see the expression on her face just now? She works hard to act cheerful, but she's yet another person who was hurt by the tragedy. Lisa's death is like wildfire, spreading embers of sadness throughout the entire town.
It has been unlocked. And incense has also been unlocked. And skating has been unlocked. Okay. F063 for the level of skating has been unlocked. Yeah, the irony is, even though she just repaired my skateboard, now that we've really fully acknowledged that you could do skating and tricks and everything, I now have a proper, whatever you want to call it, health durability meter for the skateboard. It could not possibly have broken before, except for the scripted cutscene, but now it can break just through wear and tear, so I'll have to be a little careful about bumping into things. At this point, though, what I'm going to want to do is teleport as close to my intended destination as possible. 26. That is far away. Mostly south, kind of southeast. I want to make sure that I can get a phone is my thing. You know what? I'm going to play it safe, and I'll go to Casa Pineapple. we definitely have a phone there, and I might need to use it to sleep for days so I can do the very basic mission required of me at Alexis's. Now, hopefully, yes, we have an outdoor phone. I don't have to deal with loading screens this way. And there we are. For now, it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We got an intimidating introduction to PJ Clarkson, and then we have our main objectives to do, both of which involve being distracted. Oh look, it's Professor R, but never mind. Go get things that have specific conditions attached to them. Oh look, it's the way to get to that one house. Oh no, our skateboard broke, and we had to fix it and learn a trick. But you know what? Even though one of our 3 ingredients we need is still out there, we did fix our skateboard, we did learn a trick. Maybe we can continue and do a little more stuff while waiting for Monday. Until next time, everyone.